If you want to have fun in this man's land, let Lincoln and Jackson start shaking hands. Oh, greenback dollar bill. Just a little piece of paper coated with chlorophyll.
KP's Video News. That's right, it's KP's Video News. And I'm back. That's right, folks. Here we go here. And this is follow-up number 4. AHMAUD Arbery case, follow-up number 4. And the hits just keep on coming. The twists just keep on coming. So this is Arbery twist number 4. And the AHMAUD Arbery shooting, the man who took the video is facing calls for arrest. So people in South Georgia are not happy. The South Georgia residents' video of the killing of AHMAUD Arbery helped spark nationwide protests and revive law enforcement scrutiny of the case, resulting in murder charges against the 2 men who chased and fatally shot Mr. Arbery. But unlike others who have been hailed as heroes for recording shootings, the man who filmed the fatal encounter is under investigation for his potential involvement in the pursuit of Mr. Arbery. In recent days, protesters have called for the Georgia Bureau of Investigation to arrest the man, William Bryan, a resident of the Satilla Shores neighborhood near Brunswick, Georgia, where Mr. Arbery was killed on February 23rd. Mr. Bryan's half-minute video, which was released online this month, appears to have been recorded while Mr. Bryan was following Mr. Arbery in a vehicle. In the video, Arbery, 25, can be seen running down a tree-lined street as 2 of Mr. Bryan's neighbors, Gregory Michael, 64, and his son Travis, wait up ahead for him. Mr. Arbery and Travis are seen tussling over Mr. McMichael's shotgun as Mr. McMichael shoots him 3 times. Mr. Arbery then spins around, tries to run, and falls to the pavement. On Monday, Lee Merritt, a lawyer for the Arbery family, reiterated his contention that because Mr. Bryan had participated in the chase and corralled Mr. Arbery, he should be arrested along with the McMichaels, who were charged on May 7th with murder and aggravated assault. We know it's not the only man who pulled the trigger. The director of GBI, Vic Reynolds, has said the agency was investigating Mr. Bryan's involvement in the shooting, drawing criticism from Mr. Bryan's lawyer. His lawyer, Mr. Gall, has said repeatedly that his client should not be charged. Late Monday night, he released a statement saying Mr. Bryan had taken a polygraph test that proved he was unarmed at the time of the shooting and did not have a conversation with the McMichaels before the pursuit. Without Roddy Bryan, Mr. Goff wrote, referring to Mr. Bryan by his nickname, there would be no video of the shooting of AHMAUD Arbery. Without that video, there would be no case. Without purporting to speak for the prosecution, as that would not be my place. We believe Mr. Bryan is not just a witness for the prosecution, but a key witness. Mr. Bryan was considered a participant in the pursuit long before the video emerged online. He is mentioned in the initial police report of the killing, which was based largely on a Glenn County police officer's interview with Gregory McMichael. Mr. McMichael told the officer that he and his son grabbed their guns and began chasing Mr. Arbery after seeing him run through the neighborhood. Mr. McMichael also said that he thought Mr. Arbery was the suspect in a series of break-ins. Mr. McMichael tried to cut off Arbery during the chase, according to Mr. McMichael's account, and Mr. Arbery tried to avoid them by turning around and running in the other direction. At that point, Mr. Bryan attempted to block him, which was unsuccessful according to the report. Mr. Arbery then turned onto another street, and the McMichaels got in front of him while Mr. Bryan pursued him from behind and began filming. Mr. Bryan's involvement is also mentioned in a letter that George E. Barnhill, the district attorney in Waycross, Georgia, wrote to the Glenn County Police in April. Mr. Barnhill was the second of 4 prosecutors who have been in charge of the case, he recused himself, citing a conflict of interest, but not before advising the police that insufficient probable cause existed to arrest Mr. McMichaels or Mr. Bryant. The three men, Mr. Barnhill said, appeared to be following in hot pursuit a burglary suspect with solid first-hand probable cause in their neighborhood and telling him to stop. Mr. Barnhill's analysis, which was first reported, likely contributed to the decision by the local police not to arrest the men. After the release of the video, an independent investigation was initiated by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, which arrested the Michaels within 2 days. Bryant remains free and has gone on television in an effort to explain himself. And this is a terrible matter, and some people are going to have to answer for what they did. And this is not going to stop. This is part 2 of that story, and it makes it, as the pieces keep adding up, the story keeps changing somewhat. And here we go with this particular thing here. The surveillance video show multiple people trespass at the home that Ahmaud Arbery visited. He was the only one killed. Ahmaud Arbery was shot and killed while jogging in Brunswick, Georgia on February 23rd. The cell phone video of the fatal interaction soon surfaced between Arbery and the two men who chased him. Gregory and Charles McMichael raising more questions and prompting a call for justice from celebrities, law enforcement, community leaders, and civilians. And so according to this, Greg McMichael told the police after the shooting that he and his son pursued Arbery because they thought he looked like a suspect in a series of recent break-ins. Police report said a struggle ensued, and Travis McMichael, who was armed with a shotgun, according to the report, and the video appears to show the incident. Arbery was shot 3 times with a shotgun, including twice in the chest. No string of break-ins was reported in more than 7 weeks. That's almost 2 months before the Arbery death, and new surveillance video taken from the home under construction where Arbery entered on the day of his death is creating more questions, as it's clear he wasn't the only one who entered the property. Homeowner Larry English has confirmed through the release of surveillance videos that multiple people had trespassed at his home, which is under construction. Arbery was the only one killed. So 11 surveillance video clips were obtained spanning from October 25th, 2019 to February 23rd, 2020 from attorney Elizabeth Grady, representing English. On Saturday, 2 of those videos were obtained prior to this week, and 6 others were sent on Friday. The new videos show a man and a woman entering the property, children entering the property, and an unidentified male entering the property on separate occasions.